Hello beautiful people and welcome to my art channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial because I have had so many requests for it, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I do my art portraits. Today I'm doing a portrait of this beautiful person that I know that's my friend named Kendall, and they're just so sweet. But first step, you're going to want to do an outline over the whole picture of where you want to mark what's going on. Sorry, where you want to mark what's going on. I'm so stupid. Where you want to basically outline. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be pretty. It does not have to be. And after you do that, you're going to want to start color blocking, which is basically, swatching the colors and figuring out what color takes up most of the skin. Is there any other way that I could say that? Nope. But yeah, after you do that, you're gonna want to start shading, which that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just shading and figuring out where the highlights are and the shadows by switching back and forth, looking at the layer behind it, which was the actual person. And this is gonna take a little while. This is probably what's gonna take the longest, is the actual shading. And I do use the airbrush for this. I don't know if you can see that or not, or if it's going too fast, but I do use the airbrush, and I just keep on layering and going over, on the same exact layer. And right now I'm adding blush and stuff. I know a lot of people say that it looks weird. I personally find it, cute, and I like it whenever they have, red noses like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And whenever you hide that line, it's gonna look a little weird. It's gonna look like that person's like an old raisin. And it's not gonna be very good looking right now, because you haven't done all the saturation and shading, which that's exactly what we're doing right now. Man, this tutorial is going so fast. I should have really slowed this down. But see, you can start to see it actually forming once you blend out those shading and those colors. First, I do one layer of just a lot of blending, to where you can barely tell. And the next layer, where you can see right here, I'm doing even darker of a line on the places that I just really want to be, outlined, the places that I really want to stand out. And then I blend that only a little bit. Well, it's kind of a lot, but it's a little bit less than what I did on the other one. And ignore the fingers. I'm horrible at fingers, let's be honest. Yeah. But right now what are we doing? We're doing eyes. Yep, we're doing eyeballs. Okay. Well, I tried to make the waterline, but see, okay, my lines are not perfect. They do not need to be perfect, so do not worry about that. It is going to be messy, and that's why you blend the shit out of it. Okay? You just keep on blending till there's like nothing left to blend. And yep, right now we're doing the eyeballs, which their eyes are so gorgeous. Like I wish I had those eyes. My eyes are kind of like that, but they're definitely not as saturated as their eyes. Right now I am putting in a little bit of shading around the eyes. And yes, I do put the yellow first, because afterwards, see, right now we're going in with the blue. And just working that in, doing a little bit more shadows, making the pupil. And you will see later that I kind of do this like teardrop effect around the eyes. See, there, yep, right there. First I start with a dark color, and then I go in a light color around that, and it pretty much just, yep. And then we're doing yellow. Yeah. I'll probably make a way more in-depth tutorial, like with more slowed down, but right now it's kind of speeding up because it would have taken forever. Like the uncut version, the like unspeed version of this was probably around I'd say about an hour and a half. So unless you guys want to be sitting here for an hour and a half doing like these long ass tutorials, you know, I sped it up for you just so I can kind of go over. Pretty much I just, you know, start with a medium color with everything. I make it darker. I add the shadows, like I make it just a little bit darker. Then I make it lighter, not white, but I make it like a lighter kind of pastel-y color that I'm working with, which is right now what I'm doing to these eyes, to the whatever they're called. What are those fucking called? I'm probably gonna have to like try and beat myself because I cuss so much. I'm sorry. You know what, guys, let me know like if you want me to keep the cussing or like leave it out, like for, you know, family friendly. Just let me know. I'm gonna keep it for now, but if it's like too disturbing for you guys, I'll bleep it out. But right now I don't have that much viewers, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I doubt there's like little kids watching my videos. I mean, if there are, you know, good for you. Learning how to make art young, which is good. Yep. Oh yeah, do not judge me for just stamping on eyebrows. I paid for that tool, which I will link in the description down below. It is a total lifesaver. They give you eyelashes, they give you eyebrows, they give you just everything. But right now I'm using the makeup pack tool thingamajigger. Don't know what it's called. I'll link it below. Oh yeah, we're doing highlights, which is my favorite part, honestly. It just totally changes the whole piece as soon as you add highlights. Like if you can see, yeah. Pretty sure you can see. What are we doing right now? We're doing... I don't even know what we're doing. We're doing lips. Oh yeah, we're doing lips. Okay. Rule number 1. Well, not rule number 1. The most... Okay, how do I say this? The key to getting more realistic lips is you want the upper lip to be darker. Which sounds weird. You know, usually you think the lower thing would be darker, but no, you want the upper lip to be darker. So, what are we doing right now? We're doing... Oh yeah, we're doing the clothes now. So just, you know, blocking in the color again. We have already done the skin and see it looks, you know, decently normal right now. Well, it looks like a lot better than it did with the raisin skin, which is not pretty. We're just blocking in the color. You want to kind of take off the reference photo sometimes just to kind of check and see if you missed some colors or like, or you missed something, because I do that sometimes. Like I accidentally have like a big white chunk and I'm like, what the hell, where did this come from? But yeah, basically you want to just keep adding shadows, like tons and tons and tons and tons of shadows and highlights. You always start with the shadows first, because then you can work in the highlights and it just looks more natural. But right now we're just doing a lot of shadows. You just really want to like keep working it in. Now we're doing the highlights. See, it looks just so much better whenever you do highlights versus, you know, shadows first. Because you can always lighten things, but it's harder to darken things, because if you put like darker colors over lighter colors, it just kind of like takes over sometimes, and it looks more blended in whenever you add shadows or highlights last. My bad. How I got that texture was I had a tool and I just alpha locked. It's in the settings. I alpha locked one of the layers, the clothes layer that I'm working on, and I just added that in with the brush. forgot what brush it was. Sorry. I'll link in, or I'll write down below. I'll try to what brushes I used, because I switched from a couple different ones. What are we doing now? We are doing the hair, which I did a lot of blending with. I also, this was also a tool that I used from this one creator, same creator. She has a hair tool, and it just makes it so much easier, and it's just a lot nicer. And now we're adding in the highlights lastly, which some people say it looks weird, but I like it. I don't care. I really don't care what some people think. But now we're adding in the space, which I seem to do that a lot in my photos just because it just looks nicer. It just adds. It looks cool. A lot of people like space. So, yep. And we're just doing a lot of back and forth. Just like pretty much play with it till you get it right, till you like it. And this is also another brush thing that I got from that same girl. It's just one girl that I actually purchase brushes from, other than the standard ones on Procreate. I do use Procreate, and I am using the iPad. I think it's the iPad Air, and the stylus I'm using, I will link below. It's like really cool. It lights up blue whenever you're using it, and it's like red whenever it's on the charger. It's really cool. But yeah, lastly, we're just adding some stuff in the background and putting my signature. Well, that's it, I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the tutorial. Here's the before, here's the after. Alright, bye guys. Thanks for watching.